Alright guys, listen up, this is common sense stuff, and I know it's been said before, but this is the most common sensual tips for Dota 2 to help you climb your MMR rank. This is stuff that most of you guys may have already heard in the past, but there is so many people who don't do it. There's so many returning people to Dota 2 that, you know what, maybe you guys forgot. So, in this video, now that we've kind of got that out of the way, we're going to be talking about 5 tips for Dota 2 for returning players to climb your MMR, or even just to have better games, better experiences in Dota 2, just in an overall thing. So hopefully you enjoy the video. If you do, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, which everybody is new pretty much. There's not many of you guys here just yet. We're just getting started, so please do subscribe and let's get started. These are gonna be pretty quick, so let's go. So the first common sense thing that you guys should all know about, and probably do know about, but many of you will not follow, is if you have someone in your team that is playing badly, or maybe they just made one mistake and it's literally 1 minute into the game, don't flame them. Don't flame them. Even if it's 10 minutes in the game and they've made 10 mistakes, don't. What's the point? What do you get out of this other than feeling better about yourself? Don't do it, because the reason you don't do this is, right, listen, if you flame someone who did bad, they're not suddenly going to play good again, right? Like, they're going to play worse. So if you have someone in your team and you're thinking, ugh, I wish this Earthshaker players in my team would stop freaking messing up and feeding. I'm going to give him shit all game now, and he's just going to keep feeding. If you don't do that, and maybe even if you are feeling super nice, give him some encouragement. Go, don't worry, dude. It's all good. It happens. Everyone has bad games. That's fine. Do that instead. He might play better then. You never know. Everyone has bad games. Yes, even you. You don't have a perfect game every single time, and you know it. Don't flame people. It does not help. It makes it worse. So if somebody does annoy you, does feed, does just not be that good at the game, just remember, that might have been you a few games ago, and it might be you next game. So chill out. Just get on with it. And if you don't put them down, then maybe they won't play worse and feed even more. Didn't I tell you these were common sense? Yeah. Let's move on to the next one. A next common sense tip, and to be honest, maybe not overly common sense for this one, is if you are someone who is trying to learn mid, for example, or any lane whatsoever, if you are wanting to improve with your laning phase, which we will use mid as the example, every time you lose the laning phase, and now for this you have to actually be able to admit that you did lose the laning phase, or even if you just struggled and you still won but you just struggled big time, then you should watch the replay and watch actually what's going on and see if you can pick up any things from it. Now, if you get absolutely stomped, then watch what the person you went against did to actually learn from what they did and see what your mistakes were. There's a good chance in mid lane, for example, if you do lose lane, that you will be able to catch this in a replay and see actually what is going on. And even if you only pick up 1 or 2 things, even though there will likely be a few things going on, if you pick up 1 or 2, hey, that's a little bit of an improvement. And then the next time you do it, you can pick up another 1 or 2 things as well. All of this does help you improve, and it has helped me improve a lot as well. I still have a ton of ways to go, of course. I am by no means a pro, but these are basic common sense things. It definitely helps. Give it a shot, see if it helps you out. Pretty common sense tip number 3. If you have a bad game, take a short 10-minute break and go and watch a YouTube video, or go outside, have a little breather, get a little bit of fresh air, or do something else before going into a next game, if you are planning to play again, of course. If you're not, then happy days, it doesn't matter. But if you are, then just take a little breather, just watch a YouTube video, distract yourself a little bit, like go outside, have a breather, have a drink, have something to eat or whatever. Maybe don't eat every single time. That's probably not a good shout, but you know what I mean. Take a little break from Dota 2, from your computer screen. Get up, stretch, do something. Just take your mind away from the stressfulness of the last game. That's the best way to do it, because you'll feel a lot better when you come back. You may think that you're not tilted, and most of the time you may not be, but sometimes you're going to be. And if you're wanting to climb MMR, you want to be in a better mindset each time you play. So if you do lose a game even, just take a little 10-minute break. Watch a YouTube video, just distract yourself, get back in there and kick some ass. You'll notice this actually makes a big difference. It really does. And sometimes you are going to keep losing after that. So it is what it is. That's the way Dota works. But going in with a fresh mindset every time will definitely help you out. Next up, if you have a toxic player on your team who is trash talking or just talking rubbish, or they're shouting down the mic or anything like that, just mute them. Immediately mute them. Like, don't even give them a chance to stop doing it. Just don't say anything to them either. Don't message and say, hey, shut the fuck up, please, because that just won't work. That'll just piss them off more. Literally, just open the scoreboard and mute that player. That is the best way to deal with this. Now, don't just mute your entire team. This is a bad idea. It's a communication game. Dota's a communication game. It is what it is. If all of your team, say if you, for some reason, unfortunately, get queued into a 4-stack and you are the only one by yourself, If they are all being toxic, then mute them all. But even in that situation, if only one player is the one talking shit or trash talking or anything like that, then mute them and don't even give them a chance to like tilt you in any way. Once you've muted them, give it another couple of minutes and you won't even remember about it at all. You won't even remember that you had to mute them. You will just be playing and you'll think, hey, they shut the hell up. Take advantage of that mute button. It is there for a reason. It is super freaking helpful. And someone's going to complain at some point for no reason. Just mute them and move on. Use the other 3 players in your team for communication. It's the best way to go. Finally, if you are wanting to push your MMR, you are going to want to learn more than 1 hero, more than 3 heroes, probably between like 10 maybe or something like that. 10 is probably a good number to go around, 10 to 15 even better. The more heroes you are comfortable on, the better in a situation you're going to be, and you want to learn different lanes as well. Don't just spam the same lane. Yes, you may be better at mid than any other lane, but if you do that, eventually what's going to happen is you are going to get forced out of that lane one day because someone else is going to queue into it or someone else is going to want it, and it's just going to definitely suit you a lot better to be in a different lane at that point. Having access to a lot of different heroes that you're actually good at is definitely going to take some stress off of you as well for getting counterpicked and for having to be into a different lane or something like that. You are going to feel more comfortable, more confident, and it will pay off in the long run. So get into normal mode games, practice some other heroes, and just learn them and get more comfortable on them. And then that way, when you do get into ranked, if you can't have your mid lane, you don't have to toxically just pick it and go down mid and force it. You can pick a different hero and go, you know what, I'm good at this hero too. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. Let's just play that. There we go. Didn't I tell you these were all pretty much common sense? What do you guys reckon? Are they all common sense, but they all think they're probably pretty relevant to a lot of people as well? Now, I'm not saying everybody in Dota 2 is toxic. Of course not. But it is very, very common for you to go into a game, have someone who immediately says, no, frick you, I'm going mid. I don't care if we rolled for it or anything like that or whatever's going on. And I don't care. I'm only playing this one hero. And then you also have people who start complaining the second one person makes a mistake. Someone misses the last hit. Holy crap, you better be ready to put that mute button on because they are not going to let you forget it. Like, all this sort of stuff happens. Keep it in mind. You can deal with it in a way that does make sense and helps you out a lot. Don't flame people for making one mistake. If someone flames you for making one mistake, mute them immediately because what the hell is the point? And other than that, guys, just enjoy the game. That's the best way to do it. Enjoy the game, practice, focus, push your MMR up. You will get there eventually. And as long as you're focusing on improving for yourself and not focusing on what your Legion commander in the jungle at level 1 is doing, then you absolutely will increase your MMR. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, please do subscribe to the channel. As again, I said, we are starting out the channel and every subscriber does count and means the absolute world. So thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye.